Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about a build which is not as popular as it used to be, since it received a lot of nerfs during the years, which is the Healscrapper for War vs World. I still think this build will work very fine and you can actually also outperform other secondary supports. The Healscrapper is a secondary support like the Druid, the Tempest and the Heal Vindicator. It can cleanse a lot and also provide a lot of heals and also a lot of boons and also again a lot of super speed. So let's get into it. Let's start from the gears. Everything is Minstrel with the superior rune of the monk on the armor, and then on the weapons we run Transference and Benevolence. You can also have a secondary weapon set which you will swap to during the non-combat phases, and you will run Transference and Energy. We run Mace and Shield, and I will explain why later. Every trinket is still Minstrel. And the relic is the Anti-Toxin, which allows us to cleanse more from our allies, and so we will get on par to the other secondary supports and sometimes even better if you perform well and you don't waste your cleanses. The build is kinda basic and almost the same as every other Scrapper builds, but I changed a couple of traits. We have Inventions, Alchemy and Scrapper. On Inventions we run Ally Ward. Shield skills grants protection to nearby allies, and this synergizes very well with this last trait right here, which is Anti-Corrosion Plating. When you grant protection to an ally, cleanse conditions from them. So we have extra condi cleanses on our shield skills. You press your 4, protection to you and your allies. You press 5, again protection, and whenever you grant protection, you will remove a condition. Then as a secondary trait here, we get heal nearby allies when using a tool belt skills. So don't forget to use your F1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So you will heal your allies for like quite a nice amount. If you press all of them, it's like 3k with this number you see right here. On Alchemy, we run Health Insurance. Increase your incoming healing effectiveness, gain increased healing to others while using a med kit. So it's basically free survivability and free healing power to allies. Here we have Grant Regeneration when you remove a condition from an ally. Very huge trait. We will remove a lot of conditions, so we will give a lot of regeneration. And then here we run Purity of Purpose. This was nerfed some time ago. It was super strong, but it's still super strong. Once every 3 seconds per ally. Whenever we remove a condition, we transform it to a boon instead of just removing the condition. So keep in mind that also if you remove vulnerability with this trait, it will convert to protection, and so the protection will grant an additional cleanse thanks to this trait. On Scrapper, we run Gyroscopic Acceleration, which means that our gyros will affect a larger area and also grant super speed whenever we press it, just at the start. And super speed to us and to our allies, so it's a very nice trait, and also the other 2 traits are kinda useless. Here we have Rapid Regeneration, regenerate health while affected by swiftness or super speed. It's not the best trait, but still is better than the others. Then we run Kinetic Accelerators, grant boons to nearby allies when you successfully combo a field with a blast or leap finisher. Your function gyro is now a blast finisher, so whenever we do a leap or a combo field blast, we grant Fury for 11 seconds and also 3 stacks of Might for 14 seconds to everyone around us, like 5 targets, and also we get ourselves some concentration based on power, like passive. It's not depending on the blasts or the leaps. I also want to cover some minor traits which are important. Here we have Cleansing Pulse, cleanse a condition from nearby allies whenever we use a healing skill. The healing skill on this build is your F1, so you press your F1, you get healed, you get a lot of super speed and also give to ally super speed, and you will also remove a condition from allies. And then there is this other minor trait, grant protection to nearby allies when you use a healing skill. So you use this healing skill, you will remove a condition from Cleansing Pulse trait, and also you will grant protection thanks to Reconstruction and Closure. And with this trait here, at the end, whenever we grant protection to an ally, we cleanse a conditions from them. So this trait will also remove another condition paired to the cleansing pulse. Now let's take a look at the skills. First of all, I want to explain why I run mace and shield instead of hammer or pistol and shield or whatever else. So on mace we have the skill 2, which is a leap, which also applies boons and conditions on the enemies. So boons on allies and conditions on the enemies. The boons are vigor and regeneration, which are nice, and also you will apply an AoE barrier to you and your allies. Also, this skill being a leap means that it will synergize properly with kinetic accelerator trait. So if you use it inside a field, like a water field or whatever else, keep in mind that in War vs World there will always be some field in the ground. So it's fire, light, water, air, anything, it's a field. So you just press this and most of the time you will trigger the trait. So you will give Fury and Might. So with a single skill you will apply some barrier AoE, do some damage, also Vigor and Regeneration AoE, and also grant Fury and Might. So I think this is a very nice skill. It also has a 6 seconds cooldown and it also helps for mobility, as you can see. Mace has also the skill 3, which is kinda interesting. It's an AoE ranged stun. It is a projectile, so it can be blocked and it's not super worth it in War vs World. But still, it's a decent thing to have, better to have than not to. So you throw this grenade or whatever it is, and it will AoE stun everyone for 1 second. It can be nice. The shield has 2 very nice skills, so I don't run shield only because of this trait which grants protection and protection grants condi cleanses. Shield has actually 2 nice CCs. So the skill 4, you press it and it's channeled and you will reflect every projectile that is aimed to you. And if you press it again, you will have an AoE knockback. So let's see it, it's channeled and then you press it again and you will grant an AoE knockback to enemies. Keep in mind that pressing again your skill 4 will not grant protection again. You get protection only on the first time you use the skill 4, not on the release. Then the skill 5 is similar. Electrify your shield, preparing to throw it at foes. Stun nearby enemies that attack you while blocking. So you basically will block, it's a channeled block, and whenever an enemy hits you, he will get stunned for 1 second. And then you can also throw this shield to stun whenever you want. It's a projectile, so be careful, but still it's very useful to survive inside the enemy Zerg, because you will have this 2.5 seconds block on which you can survive a lot, and also enemies will get stunned or removed stability, 1 stack of stability if they have it, and also at the end you can press it again to throw this shield to enemies and daze them. So very nice CC in my opinion. Please keep in mind that this class performs at its best only in melee, so you have the skill 2, which is 600 range, you will benefit from it in melee. The skill 3, if you like keep your visual like here, you toss it on the ground, it probably will not be reflected or destroyed by any bubble or wall of reflection, so it's a granted AoE stun. Then the skill 4 is full melee and is a CC for melee, and the skill 5 is a more ranged option, but still I recommend to toss it on the ground, so you will almost for sure stun your enemies. On our skill 6 we run Medkit, which has a sort of auto attack which deals no damage. It performs a con in front of you which has some base healing and also some additional healing per boon on our allies, maximum 4 boons. So it's very nice to use when you don't have anything else to use. On the skill 2 we have this bandage blast, so basically we toss these bandages on the ground and your allies can pick them. Now I think they are bugged in the ground, but still if they pick them up they get healing and also some regeneration. The skill 3 is a cleansing field, you press it and after a short delay in this AoE your allies will get condi cleansed. It has a total of 4 pulses for 5 targets, and also it's a combo filled water. The skill 4 is instant, you can use it also while dodging, actually not, sorry, but it has a small delay in the cast, and it's your best skill to burst healing on your allies, because as you can see it almost heals for 4k, with the modifiers and so on. So keep in mind that if you see your allies on your party up here, they are very low in HP, you should press this skill first, because you will heal them for a lot. The skill 5, you will throw a bomb that grants boons to nearby allies when it explodes. So you grant it, you toss it, and it explodes. Regeneration, vigor and swiftness, very easy. Then as another utility skill, we run the elixir gun, which has the skill 3, which is one of the most important skills. Basically you have this poisonous vapor, which also cleanse conditions from our allies, so you should use it for the condi cleanses, not for the poison and for the damage. As you can see, it is very fast to cast and it will remove 5 conditions per allies maximum, like each pulse will remove a condition. It's a total of 5 pulls, so it's very strong, one of your best skills to get up on arc DPS on the condi cleanses. On the skill 4 we have a combo finisher blast, which also is unblockable and leaves on the ground this AoE. And also at the skill 5 we have a combo field light, which is the super elixir. We launch an elixir which grants a lot of heal on the start, and then every pulse it will heal and remove conditions. Totally 6 pulses for 5-second duration. So what I recommend is using first the super elixir, and then you use your skill 4 on the super elixir AoE, because the AoE is a light field, and with this you will blast it, so you will remove an additional condi cleanse AoE. So let's see it, you press 4, and also if you press the drop bundle while you are mid-air on the skill 4, you will stop mid-air, and so you will not reposition yourself very far from the commander. It's very useful to stay in place instead of just running away. You can also not cancel it, so if you need to run away from the enemies or from your current position. What I recommend is doing this, and then this, and you press drop bundle while you are mid-air, so you stay here. Another utility skill is the Purge Gyro, which also grants super speed when you press it. So you press it, you can press it also while you are dodging or while you are stunned or whatever. It will proc this Purge Gyro inside around you, which will remove conditions from you and from your allies. It's a very strong skill. Instant casts, big AoE, big removals. So always use this properly, please. Last utility skill, sometimes I run Shredder Gyro, or sometimes I run the Bulwark Gyro. It's up to you. The Shredder Gyro is for additional condition cleanses, because let's see it. You see combo interval, combo finisher, sorry, whirl, meaning that if you press it during the Purge Gyro, which is a combo field light, you will trigger these cleansing bolts, and each of it will remove a condition from the hit ally. So if you are out of cleanses, you should use this, and also it's an additional gyro for the super speed, of course. Otherwise, instead of this, you can run the Bulwark Gyro. Basically, you deploy a Bulwark Gyro to grant you barrier and redirect the damage to you from ally in the area. So you get a lot of barrier from this, but also a lot of damage from your allies. But this gyro has a very nice tool belt skill, which is stability. You press it, you give stability to you and your allies, 3 stacks for like 11 seconds. It's very huge. And also this dome around you will block the missiles around you. So it's up to you. Most of the time I run the Shredder because I think I need more cleanses, but in case you need less cleanses but more damage cover for your allies, just run the Bulwark Gyro. They are both very strong skills. As elite skill, I run Supply Crate, which could sound like a meme, but still it's an AoE ranged stun, like very far ranged stun. And also it's a combo finisher blast, and then the turrets which spawn can be blasted again, so you can benefit from blasting the fields on the ground, so you can grant might and fury with this trait, and also the normal benefits you get from blasting the fields, like a water field will apply an AoE area healing. Also fire fields will grant AoE might, and so on. So let's see how it works. Basically I put a field here, Then I blast with my supply crate, area condi cleanse. I press it again, area healing, because there was a water field created by the healing turret from the supply crate. So double blast, 6 stacks of might for like 14 seconds, and also 22 seconds of fury, just by pressing the supply crate. Not to count the stun from the supply crate when it drops on the ground. Also, blasting the supply crate, like the turrets which spawn can be blasted. If you blast them, you do a nice damage around you. Let's take a look at the toolbelt skills. Keep in mind that changing your utility skills will also change your toolbelt skills. Like, your toolbelt skills are corresponding skills to your utility skills. So let's start by your F1. This is a big AoE, a big healing only on yourself, and also AoE super speed, so both for you and both for your allies. The healing is just for yourself. Very nice skill, low cooldown, big heals, and also super speed. The F2, in this case, because I run Elixir Gun on my 7th skill, is a break stun, your only break stun on this build, and also a lot of AoE regeneration, like 18 seconds, it's crazy. Then we have Chemical Field, Combo Field Poison, almost useless, but still Poison is very nice because it removes 33% of the hail from enemies, but still Poison probably gets cleansed by the enemies. Then the skill 4 is an AoE Daze, which also creates a lightning field. You see, Daze, lightning field, area swiftness if you blast it. And then your F5 is your function gyro, which is also now a combo finisher blast with the kinetic accelerators. So basically you press it and you create a combo field lightning, which can be blasted at the same time with the function gyro. And also this function gyro is used to revive your allies or to stomp your enemies. This is a very strong skill in PvP and in PvE, but I think in War vs World the gyro will just die. So use this just for the blast and for the super speed, or unless you are sure to stomp or revive some allies. If you are in a big fight like 50 vs 50, this skill has no place, because the gyro can be stunned and hit and killed, so they will last like half a second. So you see, you create the blast, you create the field, and also it automatically blasts, so you will benefit from this trait. Let's make a quick recap of the combo finisher blasts or leap which we have, so you are aware of when you trigger your kinetic accelerator traits. We have the skill 2 from the mace, which is a leap. The skill 4, the second time you use it, it's a blast. Then we have on the medic kit, the skill 5 is a blast. Then we have the F5, which is a blast again. Then on the elixir gun we have the skill 4, which is another blast, and then we have the supply crate, which is a blast when we drop it, and also when we press it again it will explode and blast again. So all these blasts will grant us a lot of might and also a lot of fury to ourselves and also to our allies. To give a quick example of how many blasts you can do realistically, keep in mind that in a real fight you will not have to do all of these blasts in a row, so just use them whenever you are using those skills for your other benefits. So let's start with combo field, then I blast it, you can swap here, and then this, then this, and this again. I think I use all of them, 18 stacks of might just by myself, and this works also on your allies, and then you grant maximum duration fury, of course, with these blasts. Maybe I forgot one, like, oh yeah, I didn't use the skill 2 from the mace, which is a leap, and the leap is the same as blast. So as you can see, you will grant a lot of might and fury to your allies. Without this trait you cannot grant fury to your allies, and this was a very bad downside of the scrapper. You might know how much I praise fury, because it's very important to boost your damage and your allies' damage mostly. Now let's take a look of a real fight which I had. This is a clip from a fight in a choke point against an enemy blob. This was a guild run. So let's see, the enemies are coming to us. I drop the stun, of course, the skill 5, from the elixir gun, which is huge cleanse, and also the skill 3, huge cleanse. I blast it, I blast again with the shield, then I stun some enemies. I use my gyro because there were many downies. Skill 3 from the heal kit, skill 4 and skill 5, they are the best skills. Then you just auto attack with your medikit when you have downtimes. I still didn't use the gyro because we didn't commit full melee. I recommend using the gyro for full melee because it grants super speed and also a lot of melee cleanses. Here I used both of the gyros. You see how much cleanses I provide. Then shield again, skill 3, 4 and 5 again from the heal kit. Then I should swap, okay, elixir gun, still skills on cooldown. Skill 5 is ready, I toss them on the ground. Gyro is up again, the gyro works, the shredder gyro also works with the skill 5 from the elixir gun because it's the same combo finisher blast, like the same field as the purge gyro. So now I go melee, skill 5 from the shield, skill 3, skill 4 and skill 5 again. They are your best skills on your healing kit. Okay, this fight is over. It's another nice fight which we did. So we engage on the enemies. I use the gyros because on melee you should use the gyros. Then I toss my skill 5 from the elixir gun on the ground to heal and remove conditions. The commander gets pulled. I use my skill 3. You see the skill 3 performs a cone in front of you, the poisonous cone I was talking about earlier, which also cleanses conditions, of course. So you should use it from a bit behind your Zerg, because otherwise you will not benefit from the cleanses to your allies. So you take a step back and you heal in front of you with this poisonous cone, like I am doing. Let's see it again very quickly. So the commander gets pulled, I go closer to him, and since he is in a very bad spot, I use my skill 3, so I will remove his conditions and also those from the allies in front of me. Then here skill 4, skill 5 and also skill 3 from the heal kit. Gyros again for the super speed. Your F5 also is a nice super speed provider together with the other gyros. Here I have nothing left mostly. We are resetting the fight. Skill 3 again in front, as you see, behind your allies, so they benefit from the cleanses. Skill 4, 5 and 3 again. Here I have the skill 5 on the elixir gun ready, but I'm not using it yet because we don't have conditions on us and we don't need heals. I'm probably saving it up for the next fight. I used the gyro for the super speed. I thought we were engaging. The fight has a stall right now. We are waiting to reset the cooldowns. Probably we are waiting for the Wells cooldown to come up again. The enemies are getting far and we are getting closer. I keep healing with my auto attack from the medkit. Skill 5. I got stuck. I use my F2 to break stun. We are about to clash. In these downtimes, just run your skill 1 from the medkit or the super speed to engage again. So I stunned the enemies with my supply crate. We ran into the enemies and I used my gyro immediately. Skill 5 from the elixir gun and skill 3. You see how many cleanses I provided in just 1 second or so. Then medkit. Use everything on your medkit and swap back to your mace and shield and use everything there. So at this point it's not really clear what you are doing most of the time. Sometimes it happens that the fight is chaotic and you just press all your buttons. Every button is good, so you have to press them. Most of the time it's like this on the scrapper. Every skill is very good. So the fight is over at this point. The cleanses were good, the fury up time was good, the regeneration was good, the support was great from the fireman and from everyone else, the damage was good. So this is it for the video today. I hope you enjoyed it. Please comment, leave a like or a subscribe or anything you want, just to show me your appreciation for this content. Let me know in the comments if you would change something and how you feel with the scrapper currently. See you on to the next video and thank you for watching. Bye!